Yo, what's up, Scorpio? Welcome to your monthly forecast for the month of April 2017. Scorpio, quick announcement before I start your forecast. I'm posting daily astrology on my Facebook page. So every day I'm going to be posting for all 12 signs a forecast. So make sure you head to my Facebook page. You can find it by typing Gregory Furlan in the Facebook search bar. Head there, check it out every day, read your forecast. Now I'm going to jump into your forecast for the month of April 2017, Scorpio. The sun is going to be transiting the sign of Aries throughout the month of April 2017. And Aries is your sixth house. That's to do primarily with your work, your daily life, and your health. So you're going to be a lot busier, Scorpio, when it comes to work matters. You're going to notice that up until April 19th, you're going to pick up the pace regarding your work life and your job. Then on April 19th, the sun's going to move into Taurus. Taurus is your seventh house. That's to do with all the one-on-one relationships in your life. So who do you think of right off the bat, Scorpio? You think of your significant other probably if you have one. So there's going to be a lot more interaction with this person following April 19th. And if you're a Scorpio that's single, I'm going to talk about some aspects throughout this forecast that are going to help you enter into a one-on-one relationship if that's what you want, Scorpio. But those are the main themes for you for the month of April 2017. Now I'm going to talk about some more specific major astrological events that are set to occur this month and what they mean for you. Right off the bat on April 2nd, Venus, the planet of love, retrogrades so much that it's actually retrograding backwards into Pisces now. So it's been retrograding in Aries since March 4th. In Aries, once again, that's your area of your work life, your daily life, and your fitness situation. So now it's actually moving out of Aries and it's going to go backwards into Pisces. And when a planet retrogrades, it's not really going backwards, but it looks like it is. Well, what does that mean astrologically? Well, first of all, it's Venus and it's the planet of love. And what's interesting about when Venus goes backwards, it can bring people back from the past who you've been romantically involved with. And especially in this area, Pisces for you is your fifth house. And the fifth house has to do with romance. That's the area that has to do with your romantic situation, Scorpio. And what's really interesting about this is when Venus goes retrograde, not only does it bring people back from the past who you were previously romantically involved with, but it also brings people back potentially who you were involved with in a past life. So potentially some of you Scorpios, have some soulmates coming in. Maybe there's somebody coming into your life. You never met this person before in this lifetime. Potentially you were romantically involved with this person in a past life. So it's possible for some Scorpios. I'm not saying it's going to happen for all of you Scorpio, but some of you Scorpios could definitely see somebody coming in. Potentially you might even know this person already, Scorpio. You might know this person. Maybe you don't really know them that well, but you know about them potentially. And now you're going to be meeting them for the first time in this lifetime, and this looks to be something that could be pretty good, Scorpio. So look out for any soulmates coming around. On April 5th, Mars is in Taurus, and Taurus is your seventh house of one-on-one relationships, and it's making a positive angle to Pluto, which is in Capricorn, and Capricorn is your third house. That has to do with all of your communication in your life, Scorpio. So Mars is the planet of sex, and it's in Taurus, which is your area of relationship, and it's making this positive angle to Pluto, which is the planet of depth and intensity in your area of communication. So this is a great combination for a passionate encounter. So if you have somebody special in your life, Scorpio, whether you're coupled up, obviously if you're coupled up, this is going to be a great day for you to enjoy a passionate encounter with your significant other. If you are a Scorpio that's single, this is a great day to, maybe make an advancement for somebody that you're sexually attracted to, Scorpio. So this suggests you communicating something very sexy. I mean, Scorpio, you are the sign that rules sex, Scorpio. So you can say some stuff, that would really, anybody who you're attracted to is gonna receive this really well. So I wouldn't waste that, Scorpio. If you have a chance to say something sexy to someone that you like, on April 5th, definitely go forward and do it. On April 6th, Saturn is going to start its retrograde cycle. And it's in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is your second house of your money situation. So it starts its retrograde cycle on April 6th, and then it continues its retrograde all the way until August 25th. So it's going to be retrograding for quite some time. And this has to do with your money situation. It sounds like there's going to be something put on hold regarding your money. There could be some sort of delay with your money situation, previous money situation, previous difficulties regarding money could come back up again from April 6th all the way up until August 25th. Saturn will start moving forward in this area again until August 25th. If you have any sort of money situation that you need to move forward with, don't stress out if it doesn't go through right away. Wait till the retrograde's finished after August 25th, and then I'm sure you'll see progress with it after then. On April 7th, the sun is in Aries. That's your sixth house of your work life. It's actually making what's called an opposition to Jupiter, which is in Libra. And Libra is your 12th house, and the 12th house has to do with getting rest. So it sounds like you're just getting exhausted, Scorpio. You've just been working and working and working. And I know how you are, Scorpio, with work. I mean, you work your ass off. I know you do. And you're going to be, on April 7th, you're going to notice like how burned out you could be potentially because, the sun's on one end of the sky and Jupiter's on the other, and they're, making what's called an opposition to each other. They're facing off. So, you got the sun on one end of the sky saying, oh, Scorpio, you got to work. And then you got Jupiter on the other end of the sky that's like, Scorpio, you got to rest. So you kind of feel like somehow like you want to get some rest, but somehow you feel like your work duties and responsibilities are just going to keep pulling you. So you're going to notice a little bit of difficulty with that on April 7th. On April 9th, Mercury, the planet of communication, starts its retrograde cycle in Taurus. Taurus is your seventh house of relationships. And following April 9th, potentially you could be, talking to somebody who you were previously involved with in a relationship. So, any relationships, think who have you been involved with in the past relationship-wise, Scorpio? This person could come back around following April 9th. Look out for that one. On April 11th, there's a full moon in Libra. Libra is your 12th house. It has to do with things coming to a completion, things coming to a finalization. It has to do with letting go. It has to do with esoteric subjects such as astrology, numerology, and tarot. And all these things are really going to be a heightened focus for you following the full moon on April 11th in your 12th house, Scorpio. So, potentially some of you Scorpios, it's like, did you watch an astrology video somewhere or something, and now all of a sudden you're captivated, Scorpio? Now you're starting to look into astrology, numerology, tarot. You're starting to look into mysticism potentially. So you're just trying to understand like what the hidden meanings are of all this stuff. So some Scorpios potentially could be looking into stuff like that, esoteric subjects a lot more following the full moon on April 11th. Now, if that's not resonating like that for you, Scorpio, this area also has to do with things that are private and hidden and secret. Potentially for some Scorpios, you're going to enter into some sort of secret situation that maybe you only know about, or you and a select few potentially, and this following the full moon on April 11th. Other Scorpios are going to have to let go of something. This is the area that has to do with getting closure and letting go. Scorpio, if you're holding on to something that's no longer good for you or doesn't serve you or is outdated in your life, you got to let go, because you're never going to be able to move to the next chapter of your life, which is where you're supposed to be, which is, you're supposed to be with whoever or with whatever is coming in. And you can't do that until you let go of what's outdated and old in your life. So, look out for letting go situations that you need to let go of after, and people. Following the full moon on April 11th, on April 15th, Venus, the planet of love, turns direct. So now Venus is moving forward in Pisces on April 15th. And once again, Pisces, that's your fifth house, has to do with your romantic situation primarily. And this area also has to do with your children too. So if you're a Scorpio that has children, all that time Venus was retrograding, maybe you had some challenges with your children. Now you should see, if you're a Scorpio that has children, you could see things smooth out significantly regarding, your situation with your children following April 15th. Now, regarding matters of the heart, you're going to be a lot more, you're just going to understand a lot better what you want when it comes to romance and love following April 15th. And on April 20th, Pluto starts retrograding in Capricorn. Capricorn is your third house of communication. So this is going to, probably cause some jam ups and some hold ups and, maybe some challenges regarding your communication process, Scorpio. You might not be able to get your message across the way you want to. So look out for this following April 20th. Pluto is going to start retrograding in this area of communication for you. It's not going to move forward again until September 28th. There's going to probably be some blips and some errors regarding your communication during then. So don't get too frustrated with yourself if you see that happen, or if you can't get your message across the way you want to. Also, Pluto is the planet of depth. So potentially having some deep conversations that are, it's going retrograde. So this has to do with the past. So, potentially some conversations coming up that you used to talk about, maybe a deeper subject that you used to talk about. Now it's coming back up again. And it's also, Pluto is also the planet of intensity. Maybe some sort of intense conversations are going to come back up again between April 20th and all the way up until September 28th. Pluto won't start moving forward in this area again until September 28th. On April 20th, Mercury starts its, Mercury retrogrades so much now it's retrograding into Aries. So it started retrograding in Taurus, but now it's retrograding so much that it's going backwards into Aries. Aries is your sixth house of your work situation. So, potentially some conversations coming up that you've had before in the past with work. This won't move forward again until May 3rd. And on April 26th, there's a new moon in Taurus. That's your seventh house of one-on-one relationships. If you're a Scorpio that's coupled up, you could be taking your relationship to the next level in the 6 months that follow April 26th. That's how a new moon works. It's going to hit on April 26th, and then the 6 months that follow April 26th, all of a sudden, you Scorpios that are coupled up and not engaged, all of a sudden, maybe 6 months after April 26th, now you're getting engaged. It's the 6 months that follow April 26th. If you're engaged, now you're going to talk about marriage potentially. And if you're married, the 6 months that follow April 26th just means new stuff coming down the pike for your marriage. And if you're a single Scorpio, this is a great influence for bringing a relationship into your life. So, potentially some of you Scorpios are going to see a relationship. Someone's going to come into your life potentially for a relationship, Scorpio, if you're single, following the 6 months, or the 6 months that follow the new moon in Taurus, your seventh house of relationships, on April 26th. Thank you for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe, share, and like. I'm on Instagram, Gregory Furlan Official. I'm on Facebook as Gregory Furlan. Thank you for watching, Scorpio. Have a great month, and I'll see you next time.